to pieces. Face the pain. No escape, can you step to this? Face the pain. No escape, can you step to this? Face the pain. Face the pain. Ripping me into pieces. Face the fear in front of me. I see the image of myself. I can drift away. My blood runs deep, betrays for me. My soldiers are repenting still. I can slip away. Watch your eyes, watch you fall. Watch you losing control. Watch your eyes, watch you fall. Now I'm about to break. Watch your eyes, watch you fall. Watch you losing it all. Watch your eyes, watch you fall. Now I'm about to break. Face the pain. No escape, can you step to this? Face the pain. No escape, can you step to this? Face the pain. Face the pain. Ripping me into pieces. Face the pain. No escape, can you step to this? Face the pain. No escape, can you step to this? Face the pain. Face the pain. Ripping me into pieces. Watch your rise, watch you fall. Watch you losing control. Watch you rise, watch you fall. Now I'm about to break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Week 12 of the 2018 Sunday Night Fight season, live here from Dalaran's underbelly for the first time since 2012. That night, it was Sharp Swords, the iconic six-time champion, who retained the title against Macbeth in the finale. And tonight, we have the SNF debut of Weldog, the Mouth of the South, the TBI commander, debuting tonight against Smokey the Bear, the other finalist in the War Games 4 finale back in 2015. They're going to get their long-awaited rematch here tonight in the Circle of Wills. Enderstone, we got a stacked card tonight. It's the midpoint of the season. Smokey the Bear versus Weldog. What are your predictions for that fight? Who do you think is going to come out on top?
I would say Weldog is an amazing mage and Smokey's an amazing druid. Depending on the spec he goes, it could be difficult for Weldog to take him down, but I have high hopes that Smokey's going to take it along with Weldog putting up a great fight, but still going to have to win and see.
And of course, Enderstone, the reigning SNF world champion, winning his first title last Sunday. He will be defending his title here tonight against Amelia, the trilogy fight there between the Phantom Phoenix and Wrathful Worgen. That's going to be the main event of the opening round. And then to get things started here, we have the Battle of the Bulls. Bigstew versus Bovine. Bovine going to be making his entrance first here from the red corner.
Gorilla stomping in a zoo. Check the vocals, animal is getting run. Boom. All I need more space, so give me more room. Rain any sun, boy, I copy any tune. Batman got some PF in a suit. You've been hungry, that's why I came with a food. And if I got bust to learn any crew. Man, them a get on my coming full. Man must stop acting a fool. You don't wanna get slow with a tool. I don't care if a man is a big fool. You are just a shark in a swimming pool. Say nothing is the number one rule.
motherfucker, hole. Let me put you back to the school. Your head is empty, I wanna make it full.
And now, the returning second ever Shaman champion in SNF history, the Brahma Bull, Bigstew, back in action here tonight against the young up-and-comer Bovine.
Yo, let's do this.
I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of my jungle, just a gangster stalking, living life like a firecracker, quick as my fuse. Been dead as a death, back the colors I choose, red or blue, cause of blood, it just don't matter. Sucker died for your life when my shotgun scatters. Color. The gangs of LA will never die, just multiply colors.
Enderstone, this is going to be a 5-round contest, 2 minutes per round. Bovine has put the time in gearing and practicing for this one. Arms Warrior versus Restoration Shaman. Do you think Bovine's going to have enough to get the job done here? 2 minutes isn't that much time, and of course, 2 minutes expires, it goes to the rolls. But do you think Bovine's going to have the knockout power to bring down the former champion Bigstew, who is arguably at the peak of his career right now?
I believe he does have that strength. He does amazing damage, and if he gets around the heals that Bigstew can do, then he has a higher chance of taking him down.
So here we go. Battle of the Bulls. Bigstew, being the former champion, will initiate the first round. DPS versus heals. Arms versus Restoration. And here we go. Week 12 officially underway. Bigstew down to right around 95%. Bovine bringing the pain early here. Mortal Strike is going to be key here for Bovine. He's been trained by Shenush. But we'll see if he's able to take that advice and wisdom and put it into action here against Bigstew. Bigstew's only loss this season as Restoration coming to Red Bull just a couple weeks ago. And after that, Bigstew went into hiatus. He is back now and looking for a playoff run. Bigstew last season making the finale more times than any other fighter, never able to get the championship in that finale, though. This season, finally winning the big one, claiming his first title against McGregor in Sholazar Basin. 1 minute down here, less than 60 seconds to go. Bigstew and Bovine going back and forth here. Bigstew doing a good job kiting around the outer ring here, shrugging off the majority of Bovine's damage. That rend is up, the Colossus smash, Bovine hammering away on Bigstew, but the Shaman Sheriff here is not having any of it as he stays well above 75%. Healing Rain interrupted there. Bovine all or nothing for him. 20 seconds remaining here in round number 1. Bigstew down to 75, all the way back up to 100%. You see the resilience of the veteran. 10 seconds remaining here. Bovine all or nothing. Healing Wave gets off, does not get interrupted, and round number 1 will come to the rolls, which will be verified by Toby, a.k.a. Amelia, on the Horde side. Bigstew rolling first. And Toby, If you'd be so kind as to announce it in the stream, that would be appreciated.
$40.
40 from Bigstew.
$2 from Bovine.
And Bigstew takes round number 1 and will initiate round number 2. Thoughts on that first round, Ender?
Bovine did have some amazing damage there, almost bringing down Bigstew to halfway, but still, Bigstew does have the amazing heals.
Does Bovine have enough to knock the old lion from atop his throne in this battle of the bulls here, as mentioned, between Bovine and Bigstew, the veteran Bigstew against the new blood Bovine, old guard versus new. And Bigstew looking to show that he's still the most dominant Tauren in the Sunday night fights. A battle of the wills here as Bovine does his best to try to get some damage in on Bigstew, but he is having none of it. And Bigstew going to continue to heal himself now, dropping down to 75%. That's some of the most incredible damage we've seen from Bovine all series long. And just under 60 seconds in, Bovine gets that heal interrupted. And Bigstew drops down to 60% here. There's the healing wave interrupt. Bigstew up to 75%, back up to 80, back up to 90. Bigstew battling back from the brink here as Bovine continues to swing away. There's the Blade Storm casted, and Bigstew is starting to get rocked here. We're seeing more damage in this series so far in this second round than we saw all of last round. Incredible damage from Bovine, who's really bringing the pressure here to Bigstew, and he's running out of time to work with in round number 2. Bigstew all the way back up to 100%. And 15 seconds remaining. Bovine is down to right around 95%. Bigstew still at 100, gets that Hex Totem off. 4, 3, 2, 1, and Bigstew will bring it to the rolls for the second consecutive round. So here we go. Bovine rolling first. Amelia will be announcing it in the stream.
87.
87 from Bovine.
And a 16 from Big.
So Bovine ties it up 1-1. And, you know, we've seen Bovine, and Bovine, of course, immediately initiating that next duel. We've seen Bovine knock out Garlen. We've seen him lose to Iron Templar. This is the first series where we've seen him have to really rely on the rolls. And for some reason, Bovine is going protection here. This is not the first time. I think this is just the sign of a new fighter switching it up, trying to get his feet wet in 2 different specs. Not sure why he's going protection after a fantastic last round as arms. But, you see the more experienced fighters, they tend to stay to 1 spec, and they focus on that entirely. And for some reason here, Bovine going to try his hand at protection. He's not going to get the damage there, and Bigstew's not really threatening him, so this is kind of a head-scratcher. But we'll see what transpires here in round number 3. Tied up 1-1, Battle of the Bulls, Bigstew versus Bovine. It's going to be a grind to the finish. And the winner will advance to fight the winner of Weldog, Smokey the Bear later on tonight. Smokey the Bear and Weldog getting a rematch that has been in the works since 2015 when Weldog defeated Smokey the Bear in the War Games 4 Winners Deathmatch finale to claim his first title and become the first ever non-guild member to hold the world title. Weldog making his SNF debut later tonight, and here and now, Bovine and Bigstew going to go head-to-head for their third matchup of the evening. And they are on the clock here, so I'm not sure what the holdup is. But here we go. Ravager being dropped by Bovine. Bigstew going to trink it out of the stun there and bring it back into the center of the circle. And again here, Ender, what do you think the mindset of Bovine was going protection here? It's kind of a head scratcher. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep, I don't know a good reason to switch it.
Yeah, at least with arms, you have the chance at a knockout. So less than 20 seconds remaining here now in round number 3. Week 12 kicking off here with Bigstew and Bovine, the present and the future of the Warsong offensive in round number 3, which will now come to the rolls. So there you have it. Not much transpiring there in that third round. Bigstew will roll first. One of these two combatants are going to take the lead here, 2-1. The answer to the question of who is about to be revealed. And Bigstew, what did Bigstew roll?
64.
64 from Bigstew.
And a 47 from Bovine.
So Bigstew takes it 2-1, now needing 1 to advance in the tournament. Bigstew will initiate what could potentially be the final round between these two. You see Bovine going back to arms here. He's going to be looking for the knockout finish. So here we go. Bovine needing the knockout. Can't leave it to the rolls. Can't leave it to the Roman goddess of luck, Fortuna. Got to try to score that knockout here and put this one away. If you're just joining us on Twitch, or you're watching in the future on Revolution Radio, welcome to Week 12 of the 2018 Sunday Night Fight season. We are returning here to the Circle of Wills in Dalaran for the first time since 2012. As Bovine gets taken down to 75%, and Bigstew bringing some damage here. This is the most offense we've seen from Bigstew throughout this entire series. He's looking for the knockout himself here. Incredible offense from Bigstew, who gets that hex. Bovine walking right through it. You see the inexperience there, the positioning and the experience of Bigstew shining through here. As Bigstew kites Bovine back through the center, and now it is Bigstew who is rocked at 75% and then healing all the way back up to 100. The Brahma Bull battling back once again. And how, frustration doesn't even begin to describe what Bovine's feeling right now. Every time he gets some damage on Bigstew, I can verify, as McGregor fighting Bigstew previously, it's very frustrating when you get Bigstew down to right around 25%, and then he battles all the way back. So a lot of resilience there. And each time he does that, it really takes the heart out of you, because you're really swinging away. You're going through your rotation, and he just shrugs it right off. So very frustrating for Bovine nonetheless. As Bigstew continues to heal himself through the bulk of that damage. 5 seconds remaining here. Will Bigstew be able to roll his way to the winner of Smokey versus Weldog? Or will Bovine tie it up yet again? That will do it. It has come to the rolls. A little cheap shot there at the end from Bovine with a stun on Bigstew. And Bovine will roll first. He'll roll first. He'll roll for his advancement in the tournament.
3.
A 3 from Bigstew.
Bovine, sorry.
A 3 from Bovine. Now we await the roll of the Brahma Bull. And Bigstew advances 3-1. Bigstew will fight the winner of Weldog versus Smokey the Bear. One more fight before we get to the first of two main events in this opening round. Garlen was able to make it, so we have another fight lined up here. The notorious one, McGregor, against the Enhancement Enigma Garlen. And this is a rematch from the St. Paddy's Day Showdown a couple weeks back, where McGregor really just starched Garlen for nothing to claim the championship. So we have the Battle of the Bulls, and now we have the Duel of the Dwarves, from Warsong Offensive exclusively to Alliance Revolution exclusively. McGregor will be making his entrance from the red corner and Garlen from the blue corner. And the Enhancement Enigma will be making his entrance first here to the Circle of Wills.
It's a shameful fate, you've lost your head. A careless man who could wind up dead. You wear your sin like it's some kind of prize. Too many lies, too many lies. All these words are true, and I'll make you believe. Yeah, you fight for air and trouble just to breathe.
And now, the 5-time champion, the notorious one, Mystic Mac, makes his entry to the Circle of Wills.
Squadrons pass me by. No pipe did hum, no battle drum did sound its loud tattoo. But the Angelus bells o'er the Liffey swells rang out in the foggy June.
El Chapo. I am the God. El Chapo. I am the God. El Chapo. I am the God. You know I get the kilos, 50%. If you are not bilingual,
Get the fuck up out of town before we run your ass down. Underground, how I came out. Any nigga try to stop me, let it hang out, let it bang, let it rain out. Yo soy el Dios, you are Dios, nigga. I am the God. Get a nigga chopped up on a Tuesday, while the club going up on a Tuesday. This is doomsday, I can have Guadalupe come through and knock down a Trump out his toupee. Now look at his brains all on the sidewalk. He tucked the 38 and jump on my Skywalker. Woo! I'm rolling, shotgun Claudia Ochoa. I am only nigga walking through Sinaloa with the blood red Chuck Taylors on, and you know when I show up it's a squad full of killer squad full of hit a squad full of niggas that'll pull up, let it bark on a nigga. 106 shots park on a nigga, street sweeper with the whole block up, nose arc on a nigga, got 2 Glock 9.
Akerbus and Enderstone will be taking it away on commentary for this 5-round, 2-minute per round contest. Enhancement Enigma versus Mystic Mac, number 2 here, their second meeting of the season. Can Garlen bounce back after a 4-week losing streak? Will McGregor advance yet again to fight either Amelia or Enderstone? That is the question we are about to answer. Gentlemen, I leave it to you.
First door flag going down. Instantly, Garlen goes for the damage. Garlen dropping low. And touch of karma is thrown on Garlen as he tries to run and heal up. Garlen dropping very low, at around 40%. Garlen stunned. Healed up a little bit as he throws damage.
There you go, Garlen.
McGregor dropping low. Cooldowns have been popped by Garlen, mercilessly throwing at McGregor.
McGregor dangerously low.
McGregor attempting to heal up.
Got the stun.
That last defuse was interrupted,
This
and
is impressive from Garlen right here.
it is. McGregor fighting for his life, healing back up to 50%, as Garlen's health has not dwindled whatsoever. Oh, take that back, he's dropping low. 30% as he's trying to run away. Okay, we're taking this opportunity to heal up. Both fighters are back at full.
Garlen may have missed his window. You have McGregor in the red zone.
Yep, touch of karma is thrown on Garlen again as he is below 50%, trying to run away. He is stunned. Just trying to get it to the rolls. Garlen healing back up. It's now on Garlen to deal the damage. So he drops McGregor to 50%. Garlen dropping low. Garlen in the red zone trying to run away.
Garlen's trying to run. He's trying his best.
Every so often he's getting stunned and putting a falter in his run.
That's
And
it.
McGregor takes the first round.
A minute 43 in, McGregor gets the knockout to lead 1-0. But a stark contrast to the St. Paddy's Day showdown where Garlen just had no answer for McGregor. Here tonight, Garlen almost had round number 1, so fantastic effort from the Enhancement Enigma. McGregor will initiate round number 2. Thoughts on round 1, gentlemen?
There's amazing damage from both McGregor and Garlen, as both of them were neck and neck the entire fight, until the end, of course, where Garlen had no choice but to run.
Yeah, that was that was pretty impressive what Garland did in the beginning, but he missed his window and he paid for it. But I think he could definitely take round two.
Second door flag being placed down. Garlen instantly stunned. Putting the Wind Fury down and sticking the Raptors on McGregor. McGregor taking some damage. Dropping to 50%. Touch of Karma thrown. As Garlen dropping 50% and trying to run away. Making line of sight and trying to heal back up. Once again, McGregor just relentless with his damage. Dropping Garlen down. Garlen down to 50% again, almost into the red zone. Same scenario as before, Garlen trying to run away. Garlen almost back up to full. But McGregor continues to stun and deal damage, dropping Garlen into the red zone almost. Garlen trying everything to stay alive and deal damage. There is no mercy for McGregor.
Wow, saved by the bell. Garland brings it to the rolls in round number 2. Seconds away from the knockout. And the former champion McGregor will roll first. A 28 from McGregor. And an 82 from Garlen, who ties it up 1-1. So Garlen will initiate the third round here. Akerbis and Enderstone, I send it back to you here.
Amazing performance from Garlen and McGregor. Garlen made good use of the surroundings and did his best to stay up. Succeeded. Garlen instantly dropping to around 50%. McGregor dropping low as well.
Yeah, McGregor definitely doesn't want to bring this to the rolls again.
Cooldowns popped by Garlen and Touch of Karma also used.
Great timing.
Garlen dropping
Great timing.
very low. Seems that Touch of Karma did it though. Is it as it is. And McGregor takes round 3.
And McGregor will initiate the next round, leading 2-1. Thoughts on that last round, Ender and Agabus?
That touch of karma right as the cooldowns were popped was amazing. That really did
Yeah,
it for
that was it. That was the highlight of that round. Touch of karma right as he popped his cooldowns.
And here we go.
instantly McGregor just wails on Garlen. But that damage is returned. McGregor halfway, touch of karma is used. Once again the chase is on. Garlen doing his best to stay away from McGregor. McGregor hexed and he uses that chance to get away. Garlen has popped his cooldowns and McGregor takes the damage, dropping to 50%. McGregor low. McGregor teleporting away to heal back up. Garlen is low. McGregor has almost healed back up to full. Still, Garlen runs, trying to make use of range damage. Touch of Karma is used once more. Garlen is taking plenty of damage, dropping almost into the red zone, with McGregor at around halfway.
And it will come to the rolls. Garlen, crafty, shifty as ever. And we'll see if he can tie it up here too. Garlen rolling first. An 80 from the enhancement Enigma. And a 98 from McGregor. Almost a perfect roll. The notorious one advances in the tournament. And Garlen, after a very respectable performance, proves that he's back after a long skid. He earned his first round victory here tonight. So there you have it. McGregor and Bigstew advancing into the tournament. They will face the winners of our next two matchups. Smokey the Bear and Weldog and Amelia and Enderstone two co-main events here in the opening round. And the first of those two being Weldog, making his SNF debut, fighting out of the blue corner. It's Smokey the Bear fighting out of the red corner. Smokey the Bear will make his entrance first. And, of course, we go all the way back to 2015 for this one. The War Games 4 finale. The first two picks by Chong in that War Game. First two picks being Smokey the Bear and Weldog. A legendary roster on that night. It was Glenn Moreau who was there alongside Weldog, Smokey the Bear. Just a superb draft by Chong. And here tonight, the two finalists of that winner's deathmatch, Smokey the Bear and Weldog, going head-to-head in a rematch 3 years in the making. Doesn't get any better than this. The TBI Commander making his SNF debut here tonight against the two-time champion and former season champion, Smokey the Bear. So here we go. The Ashenvale Assassin going to be making his entrance first, as I mentioned, from the red corner.
Catch my breath, and I know the weight of the world can crush my chest. I work till I'm dead. I work till I'm dead. I work till I'm dead, and then I'll do it all again. It's not because of that. It's not because of money. Works in my blood, and I kill 'cause I'm hungry.
Smokey the Bear, so many memorable moments throughout their SNF career and AFC career against Foxy Hills, Garlen, Bruiser, Javar. Now tonight, another memorable moment to be sure on the way against Weldog. The man, the myth, the mouth of the South, making his SNF debut here in the SNF's return to Dalaran Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Guild Master of Total Badass Inc., Weldog.
I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. Fucking with me, call up on no Uzi and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta. Hey, switch my whip, came back in black, I'm starting saying rest in peace to Bon Scott. Hey, close that door, we blowing smoke, she asked me light a fire like a Marsan. A fool on stage, probably leave my fucking show in a cop car. Ay, shit was legendary through a TV out the window of the montage. Cocaine on the table, liquor porn, don't give a damn. Dude, your girlfriend is a groupie, she just tryna get in. Saying I'm with the best.
It's crazy to think with how much these two have accomplished both in and outside of the guild. Weldog coming off that most dominant War Games victory in War Games history against Envy. And then, of course, Smokey the Bear winning great acclaim in the 1v1 avenue of the guild's events. And now they were on the same team back in 2015. And now here for the first time since then, they will go head-to-head 1v1. A best of 5 2-minute per round contest. The wait is over, ladies and gentlemen. Smokey the Bear versus Weldog is here. And Smokey the Bear will initiate round number 1. An AFC main event quality fight here in week 12 of the Sunday night fights. And here we go. Smokey the Bear as Feral, Weldog coming in as Arcane. Chess game, a filling out process here in the early goings of this one. 20 seconds in, and Weldog bringing the pressure onto Smokey the Bear immediately. There's those arcane missiles. Smokey the Bear's rocked, hobbled. Will he be dropped? Weldog's looking for the KO. Smokey the Bear down into the red zone, 5%. Somehow Smokey hangs on for the moment, but Weldog scores the thunderous, jaw-shattering knockout. 40 seconds in, there's your dagger. There's your stunner in round number 1. Smokey the Bear just, I think he looked like he was a babe in the woods. He looked like he was lost there. Ender, your thoughts on round number 1?
That was amazing, the damage that came out of Weldog. Smokey the Bear could not handle it. And he didn't seem to make a dent in Weldog either.
Weldog on fire. You know, after that loss to Javar, we've seen the practice, the gear, everything else just come into alignment for Weldog. And he's in peak form yet again. This is the best I've seen Weldog look in years. And he's back to peak condition and ready to go for round number 2. He will initiate round number 2, leading 1-0. Weldog looking to win a second title here tonight. In his SNF debut, no better arena than right here in Dalaran, the headquarters, the capital of the mages. Weldog saying in that Chong Show interview that he always played casters, and he's playing it to excellence in his execution of Arcane here tonight. Arcane missiles coming in. Here comes the damage. Will Smokey the Bear be able to rebound here? He's getting rocked again. There's that interrupt on the Arcane blast. And now Smokey getting some of that ground and pound in, bringing the pressure to Weldog, who blinks away. And there's Weldog having the leverage here, having the distance, and bringing in the damage. The cannons are firing on all fronts on Smokey the Bear. Can he withstand it? Smokey the Bear doing a much better job so far at mitigating that damage, but Time Warp has been popped by Weldog, completely legal here. And the TBI commander is going for the knockout. Smokey the Bear just struggling to stay on top of him, struggling to find him. Smokey down 5%, and down goes the legend killer. With Weldog now up 2-0. You know, I talked to everybody before the fights tonight, and I said, hey, you know, who do you think's going to win? And everybody said Smokey. You know, we've seen what he can do as Feral. But Weldog is just coming out, firing on all cylinders here tonight. And I think it is to the pleasant surprise of everybody. I mean, we thought Smokey was going to come in here and have a much more dominant performance against a Clothy. But, of course, Weldog is a whole another breed. And he is just taking it to Smokey the Bear here tonight. Weldog coming in. Nobody knew what to expect. We knew it was going to be a thriller, but Smokey the Bear has just been squelched so far here. Does not have an answer for the mobility of Weldog. And it's amazing to think at AFC 16, Javar was able to stay on top of Weldog. You see how great his mobility is here tonight and how he's able to dance around Smokey the Bear with ease. So we'll see if the Ashenvale Assassin is able to rebound. Do not count Smokey the Bear out just yet. But Weldog has his sights set on one more victory and a series sweep in this long-awaited rematch between his fellow finalist for the War Games 4 Winners Deathmatch. Weldog waiting for those cooldowns to come back up. He will initiate round 3, potentially the final round of the evening between these two. If Smokey the Bear wins, he will fight McGregor. And if Weldog wins, he will fight McGregor as well. So here we go. Smokey the Bear, Weldog. Round number 3, Smokey the Bear down to 95%. You see a little bit more sustaining power here from Smokey. But Weldog hasn't really started firing yet. Mark of a Lunith. Couldn't get it off, gets it off there. Smokey the Bear going to start feeling the pressure here as the vice-like damage of Weldog starts to crank up throughout the round. Smokey the Bear down to 75%, down to 60. Smokey just trying to get on top of Weldog here. He can't stay on top of him. Weldog just keeps slipping away here. Smokey the Bear down in the red zone, and just like that, Weldog springs forward, looking for the knockout here. Smokey's on spaghetti legs. Can he hang on? The answer is no, as Weldog takes it 3-0 and advances into the tournament. What a victory for Weldog. What an SNF debut. The Mouth of the South going to advance here. He will fight McGregor later on tonight. The TBI Guildmaster coming in here and representing the experience. Now really able to back up a character that has had time to train and gear. And we see a Weldog in top form here tonight. Going to be a scary proposition for whoever fights him if he makes it past McGregor in the championship finale. And even McGregor, someone who's usually so dominant, he's going to have a tough time with Weldog. We'll see if he's able to do what Smokey the Bear could not. Up next, we're going to determine who moves on to fight Bigstew, our final main event of the opening round. Amelia versus Enderstone, the reigning champion, the Wrathful Worgen Enderstone, winning the title last week against Smokey the Bear. This week, he is back in action, looking to retain his title, where Sharp Swords retained his back in 2012. The youngest champion in SNF history alongside Sharp Swords will make his entrance second, fighting out of the red corner, and Amelia, the Phantom Phoenix, will make their entrance first, fighting out of the blue. And now your reigning world champion, Enderstone, makes his entrance, fighting out of the red corner. So here we go. 5-round contest, the trilogy fight between Amelia and Enderstone. 2 minutes per round. And the reigning champion will initiate the first of 5 rounds potentially. But of course, both these fighters looking to win it 3-0. And Amelia, coming into tonight, Amelia for years has said the dream match that they have always had has been Weldog. As a warlock, as an affliction warlock, I mean, for weeks now since Weldog came back, Amelia has been telling me that they want that matchup against the icon. So we'll see if Amelia can get past Enderstone here tonight. That's the first order of business. And then beyond that, Bigstew is awaiting them. Amelia down to 50%, Enderstone down to 75%. Amelia battling all the way back here. And again, I mentioned that it's not just about the championship. It's also about that dream match against Weldog. And will we see it here tonight? Warlock against Mage in Dalaran. How fitting would that be? Amelia got to watch out here as Enderstone brings her all the way down to 25%, gets the Drained Soul interrupted. Enderstone, the first Blood Death Knight SNF history to retain the title. No Blood Death Knight has ever done it before. Enderstone down to 25%, back up to right around 75. Both fighters neck and neck.
I need more mana.
Blood Drinker coming in on Amelia, bringing her all the way down to 25%. Amelia is low on mana here, uses that life tap, and then here comes the Drained Soul, interrupted immediately. Enderstone bringing the ground and pound, ruthless, effective, and determined. Here to advance. What a win it would be for him, or even an opportunity, as Amelia drops low into the red zone. Down goes the Phantom Phoenix. Will she be able to hold on? And they do. Very close call there for Amelia. And now here comes the damage from Amelia battling back. There's the Blood Drinker and the Drained Soul casted in unison. Back and forth they go with 10 seconds remaining in the first round. There's a reason this is your main event of the opening round alongside Weldog's SNF debut, ladies and gentlemen. This is why. These two know each other well. They've been in multiple battles against each other throughout this season, multiple matches within each series, and this one will come to the rolls. Enderstone looking for a late knockout there, unable to get it. We'll see how he fares with Fortuna as Enderstone rolls first. 43 from Enderstone. Toby rolling next.
70.
70 from Amelia, who now leads 1-0 against the champion. And Amelia will initiate the next round. What a tournament it has been so far here tonight. If you're joining us on Twitch, welcome to Week 12 of the 2018 SNF season. Weldog coming in, living up to his reputation in peak form here tonight against Smokey the Bear, just demolishing the Ashenvale Assassin to advance. McGregor winning a hotly contested fight against Garlen. And you have Bigstew triumphing over Bovine. The series here between your reigning champion Enderstone and Amelia about to continue on here as Amelia initiates round number 2. But already the tournament has taken shape here as Weldog will battle McGregor. That's a fight that goes all the way back. McGregor, Finley, and Weldog, we've known each other for years. So a lot of history there. Then Amelia or Enderstone looking to go against Bigstew. So we have some veterans and we have some new bloods that are all looking to cast their lot in for the championship here in Dalaran as Amelia drops to 75%. Down to 60, down to 50. There's the heart strike from Enderstone slowing down Amelia. There's the fear that's interrupted. Unstable affliction coming in as those dots continue to tick away on Enderstone, though to not much effect. That anti-magic shield absorbing most of it. Amelia down to 50% here, getting the fear off. Back and forth they go. And Amelia dropped low there into the red zone. Now it is Enderstone who's trailing health-wise. It is Amelia who's looking for the knockout. Amelia, there's the resilience. And there's the reason why Amelia is one championship away from tying Siwas for the most titles ever won by a Warlock in the Sunday Night Fight. Unbelievable resilience. But can they persist through this. Drained Soul barely keeping him out of the knockout range there, what we call the red zone. And Enderstone bringing in the blood drinker. Amelia is fighting on spaghetti legs, wobbled, hobbled. Will Amelia be able to hang on here? Enderstone's looking to bite down and finish off the Phantom Phoenix. Amelia dangerously low here, somehow hanging on, but not for long, as Enderstone ties it up 1-1. Whatever that formula was that got Enderstone the win in round number 2, he's got to replicate it. And if he can replicate it, he'll be advancing here. What a performance from the Wrathful Worgen, who just shut Amelia down there in round number 2. I mentioned earlier the history between these two. They have fought each other multiple times. There's going to be no surprises here between these two. It's only a matter of time before a crucial series of events like what we just saw from Enderstone is able to really just shut down the game plan of Amelia, and Amelia's going to have to go back to the drawing board. How will the Phantom Phoenix rebound? Will they be able to rise from the ashes here in round number 3? Will Enderstone be able to bite down and finish off the Phantom Phoenix to extend the lead to 2-1? Showing of respect here between the two fighters, the two officers. Warsong Offensive versus Alliance Revolution, our first cross-faction fight of the evening. And after this, we will be taking a quick 5-minute break here, intermission. We will be back for our semifinals and finale, where we will look to crown a new or defending champion. So here we go, round number 3 underway. Relentless fear being casted by Amelia. Drained Soul coming in on Enderstone. There's the dots. Unstable Affliction, fear being interrupted by Ender. Amelia now down to 75%, down to 60. Enderstone bringing the pain here. Amelia dropped down to 25%, trying to get the fear off. There's the Drained Soul, but it's interrupted. And Enderstone might just have figured out Amelia's game plan, but just as I say that, Amelia gets Enderstone down to 25%. 40 seconds into this one, and both fighters are right around 50, and Amelia heals all the way back up to 100. Enderstone dropping dangerously low there. Amelia just hammering away those dots, doing work on Enderstone's health. And there's that Death Grip and the Blood Drinker coming in, interrupted there. Ender counters with an interrupt on the Drained Soul. Fear being casted by Amelia. Wraith Walk by Enderstone as he gets some distance here, but Enderstone's down low into the red zone. Amelia's looking for the knockout, and Enderstone will not be put down here tonight. You could cut that tension with a knife as Enderstone dropped down to right around 5%. That's the lowest I've seen him drop in weeks. And Amelia now feeling some punishment as Enderstone pays her back for that damage done earlier. Amelia trying to get the fear off, needs desperately to get some heals. Does get back up to right around 60%. There's the Death Grip from Enderstone. Amelia down to 25. Drained Soul going to keep her above the red zone here, and it will come to the rolls here in round number 3. Amelia will be rolling first.
36.
36 from Amelia. And a 66 from Enderstone, who now leads 2-1 and is 1 win away from advancing into the tournament. Amelia now needing 2 wins in a row to dethrone the Wrathful Worgen. Enderstone will initiate the next round. Could potentially be the final round of the night between these two. And before we move on to the semifinals. Fantastic performance from both sides here. But if you're Amelia, I think you're going for the knockout here in this next round. Of course, it's hard to do that when you have Enderstone just raining down on you with that damage that he's able to do as a Blood Death Knight. We'll see who triumphs here. Everything on the line. I was mentioning earlier that, what a matchup it would be for Enderstone to not only get a shot at Big, but if he's able to beat Bigstew, but then to go on and fight either McGregor or Weldog. And specifically, that Weldog matchup would be huge for Enderstone, who's still cutting his teeth in the Sunday night fights. Amelia down to 75%. Down to 60. Enderstone giving chase here. Wraithwalk going to cut right through the slows of Amelia. And here comes some more ground and pound from the Bigstew Bruiser. Both fighters right around 50%. Enderstone popping that anti-magic shield. Amelia trying to get away here. Doing a much better job of keeping distance. And now Enderstone going to jump on top here and bring in the ground and pound. Amelia again trying to get away. Will it be enough? Will Amelia be able to slip away again? There's the death grip interrupt on that drained soul. Enderstone's looking for the finish, going for the throat. Amelia into the red zone and battles back right to 50, then to 75%. Amelia will not die here tonight. Enderstone will not be denied here tonight. You have these two willful, determined opponents going head-to-head. Doesn't get any better than this, ladies and gentlemen, and only one can advance. Who wants it more? If Amelia rocks Enderstone, who's down to 5% into the red zone. Can Enderstone hang on? And he does. Wow, that was the window for Amelia. That was the window for Amelia right there, ladies and gentlemen. Almost had it, and Enderstone somehow holds on. 10 seconds remaining. Will Amelia regret not being able to close that opportunity there? We're about to find out via the rolls officially now. Time has expired, and we'll see if Amelia is able to tie it up, or whether Enderstone will advance and his championship reign lives on for another round of the tournament. Enderstone rolling first. A 65 from Enderstone.
37.
And a 37 from Amelia. So the Wrathful Worgen and your reigning champion will advance in the tournament. It will be Enderstone versus Bigstew and McGregor versus Weldog. Up next, 5 to 10 minute bio break here, and then we will be back for week 12 of the Sunday Night Fights 2018 season. The semifinals are upon us as we march forward here with SNF's return to the Circle of Wills in Dalaran. What a tournament it has been, and what a tournament it is going to be as we move right along here. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
And lines, I had to keep on reaching up, cause it was my time to tear down the kingdom, call out the liars. Got a jail on my heart from the pessimist, got those nails in my mouth for impressionists. Spent too much money on a therapist, it couldn't fix me, I accepted it. Gladiator, gladiator, gladiator. ripping me into pieces. Face the pain, no escape, can you step to this? Face the pain, no escape, can you step to this? Face the pain, ripping me into pieces. Face the fear in front of me, I see the image of myself. So I drift away. My blood runs deep, betrays for me. A soldier's heart repairs himself. So I slip away. What's right, what's wrong? What's losing control? What's right, what's wrong? Now I'm about to break. What's right, what's wrong? What's losing it all? What's right, what's wrong? Now I'm about to break. Face the burn, no escape, can you step to this? Face the burn, no escape, can you step to this? Face the pain, ripping me into pieces. Face the burn, no escape, can you step to this? Face the burn, no escape, can you step to this? Face the pain, ripping me into pieces. Watch you rise, watch you fall. Watch you lose control. Watch you rise, watch you fall. Now I'm about to ripping me into pieces. Face the burn, no escape, can you step to this? Face the burn, no escape, can you step to this? Face the pain, ripping me into pieces. Into pieces. Into pieces.
Gladiators, fighters, and skirmishers, welcome back to week 12 of the 2018 SNF Northrend / Pandaria season. What a night it has been. Weldog making his SNF debut and then just dominating Smokey the Bear 3-0. Bigstew winning against Bovine, the Battle of the Bulls. And then, of course, we had McGregor triumphing over Garlen, although a much more commendable effort from the Enhancement Enigma. And then their first matchup back at the St. Paddy's Day Showdown. And, of course, Enderstone most recently here to cap off the opening round, getting the victory against Amelia. So here we are, return to Dalaran. And up next, we will have Bigstew versus Enderstone, the Brahma Bull and Wrathful Worgen about to lock up a 5-round contest, the winner advancing to the championship finale. And before we get to that, let's get our thoughts here. Acrebus, are you there?
Yep.
Your thoughts so far on the matchups tonight? What have you thought so far of the matchups between Weldog, his triumph over Smokey, McGregor against Garlen? What's been your favorite moment so far? Toby, what's been your favorite moment so far? What have you thought of the matchups in week 12?
Honestly, the matchups have been... I love them. Honestly, Weldog versus Smokey the Bear surprised me because I've never seen Weldog fight before, other than the War Games. But group versus group is different than 1v1, and honestly, gotta say that was probably my favorite fight of the night, was seeing Weldog. It also made me rethink playing Fire Mage.
Weldog, obviously the performance of the night so far. He will fight McGregor later on. And, you know, a quick thing about Weldog versus McGregor, that's the closest thing anybody's going to get to Finley versus McGregor. Of course, McGregor, as I like to say, is the bastard son of Finley. And we will see the closest thing we're ever going to get to Finley versus Weldog later here tonight. That is a historic matchup between the Notorious One and the Mouth of the South. Then, of course, our next matchup here, moving right along, Bigstew and Enderstone. Bigstew going to be fighting out of the red corner. Enderstone, the blue corner. The reigning champion, Enderstone, going to look to advance to the finale. Toby, as a caster, if you're Weldog, who are you rooting for here in this matchup? Would you rather face Enderstone or Bigstew? Both are going to be tough to beat because you're either up against a Restoration Shaman or a Blood Death Knight. But if you were Weldog, who would you be rooting for? Who would you want to face more than the other? The lesser of two evils.
Honestly, this is a hard one. Normally, I would say I would rather face a tank than a heals, because the heals, I can interrupt them as much as I can, but there's still heals I can't interrupt. Whereas with the tank, you can find out their heals and interrupt them. Like, I know Ender's big one is Blood Drinker. So I would say I would focus more, I would hope for Ender to win.
And of course, we've seen fantastic matchups between Enderstone and McGregor and Bigstew and McGregor. And you got to think that will also apply to Weldog versus either one of these two, the reigning champion or the veteran and former champion that is Bigstew. So here we go. 5-round contest. The reigning champion initiating the first round. Warsong Offensive versus Alliance Revolution. Bigstew, the final representative of the Warsong Offensive, still in action tonight. And here we go. Werewolf versus Centaur. The Battle of the Beasts. And Bigstew already dropping down to 75%. Some impressive damage from Enderstone coming out here. Enderstone looking to follow in Sharp Swords' footsteps. You know, that was a narrative for McGregor this season, following in Glenn Moreau's footsteps. And it was here the Sharp Swords retained that title back in 2012, the last time the SNF was here. And of course, another parallel there, Macbeth, a warrior, not a Death Knight, but he made it to the finale. So both those fighters, Enderstone could follow in their footsteps here tonight. Bigstew, of course, looking to return to the championship finale for the first time since Sholazar Basin, the Sholazar Basin Showdown a few weeks ago, where he triumphed in a nail biter against McGregor, 4-3. Not a lot of action here. Filling out process between Bigstew and Enderstone, just kind of testing their limits, testing their strengths, looking for any weaknesses. Enderstone gets Hex there. Bigstew and Enderstone have battled all the way over to the central ring here, with just about 30 seconds remaining in this first round. And you know you're going to see the fireworks for Weldog versus McGregor. So we allow everybody to settle down here with Bigstew versus Enderstone in a straight-up slugfest, a slow burner, a grind to the finish, which will ultimately be decided by the rolls, it looks like, with just 10 seconds remaining before we get everybody revved up again with McGregor versus Weldog. And so it will be the rolls that determine round number one. Bigstew and Enderstone are going to roll here. Amelia will verify the roll for Bigstew. I will verify the roll for Enderstone. Enderstone rolls a 24.
Bigstew rolls a 55.
And Bigstew takes round number one. He will initiate round number two. So the champion down 0-1. And here we go with round number 2. Amelia, McGregor versus Weldog. What's your pick for that one? We saw how Weldog just cut right through Smokey the Bear earlier. How do you think McGregor's going to fare?
Honestly, that one's a tough one. I would love to see Weldog win that, but if he doesn't watch the touch of karma, I can see McGregor doing it, and that's what I've noticed has killed a lot of players. Is just that touch of karma coming up and just having to kite him anyways to heal and letting that reset. I feel like I really want Weldog to win, but I kind of feel McGregor might have it.
Then you have to note that it's not just the touch of karma, it's the timing. I mean, usually I nail it at the perfect, as you saw with Garlen. Just incredible timing there right as he bursted, and basically all of his cooldowns just went down, and he couldn't do anything. So that is a fantastic fight, a super fight, McGregor versus Weldog, that's still to come here. And the winner of that fight will fight the winner of this one, Bigstew and Enderstone. The struggle, the skirmish to advance, with Enderstone looking to gain the opportunity to retain, and Bigstew looking for the opportunity to regain. And no matter who advances, it's going to be an uphill battle for either Weldog or McGregor here. Restoration Shaman, Blood Death Knight, both very tough, immovable objects. But the tournament has shaped up nicely here at our semifinals, and now with just 10 seconds remaining, Bigstew drops down to 50%. Here's a late flurry from Enderstone. Will it be enough? No, it will not. And round 2 comes to the rolls. Valiant effort from Enderstone, just not enough to knock down the Enhancement Enigma. Partner in the championship history, the only shaman besides the Enhancement Enigma to win the title in Bigstew. Bigstew will roll first.
Bigstew rolls an 80.
An 80 from the Brahma Bull and a 20 from Enderstone, so Bigstew leads it 2-0. And here we go. Bigstew winning via the rolls here. The roll of the dice in favor of him. Bigstew, as I mentioned, one of 2 shamans, the other being the Enhancement Enigma, looking to make history as a 2-time Restoration Shaman champion here tonight. He's feeling it, and Enderstone's grasp on the title is slipping away. Fortuna has abandoned him. So now he has to go for a knockout or pray that he gets 3 rolls in a row to advance. Back against the corner. A wild animal that's cornered and coming out swinging now. Going for the throat is Enderstone. Bigstew trying to battle back. Crucial that he gets the interrupt on that healing wave. He does not. Keep in mind, when the Restoration Shaman is lowest, that is when their heals heal for the most. So Enderstone needed that interrupt, did not have it, and Bigstew's all the way back up to 100%. Healing surge interrupted there. But, you know, I would say if I was Enderstone, I'd let Big get those little heals off at the beginning. It's when you get them low, that's when you really need that interrupt. And Enderstone swinging for the fences here, but he's swinging for the fences against a brick wall that's standing directly in front of him. And that brick wall is in the form of Bigstew, who's determined and hungry for another title, and back in action tonight for the first time in probably about 2 weeks. Bigstew anointing himself, crowning himself as the official successor to Big Dad within the Sunday Night Fights. The future of the Warsong offensive against the future of the Alliance Revolution. Bigstew dropping down to 50% here. Enderstone trying to get the knockout. Will Bigstew be able to hang on? The dots are up. Bigstew down to 25%. Enderstone continuing to swing away here. He senses blood in the water. And Bigstew again battles back. Back up to 75%. Down to 60. Enderstone just hammering away here. Might not look like a lot of damage, but I can assure you for a blood DK for a tank, Enderstone can really bring it. Valiant effort from Bigstew. 5 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. And it comes to the rolls yet again. So Bigstew gets the higher roll here, and he will advance to the championship finale. And just as importantly, he will usurp Enderstone, knocking him from the title picture for this week. Everything riding on this next roll here, and Enderstone will roll first. He will roll to advance. He will roll to retain his title. And there is a 49 from Enderstone. Can Bigstew beat it?
And a 76 from Bigstew.
Bigstew dethrones Enderstone here tonight. And we will crown a new world champion. A showing of respect there between the two beasts. And it was the Brahma Bull, not the Wrathful Worgen, who emerged victorious. What an effort from Bigstew. What an effort from Enderstone. His reign ending here. And a new reign will begin. Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready and grab your beverage of choice. Settle in, sit back, and get ready to be moved to the edge of your seat, because McGregor and Weldog is up next. The Notorious One against the TBI Commander. The closest thing, as I said earlier, that we're ever going to get to Finley versus Weldog. With the winner advancing to fight Bigstew with the title on the line. McGregor going to be fighting out of the red corner. Weldog, the blue corner. Akerbus and Enderstone will be taking it away on commentary for this one. Gentlemen, who do you have? We'll start with Akerbus.
It's Weldog versus McGregor.
Enderstone, who do you have for this one?
Honestly, I'm looking towards Weldog on this one, seeing how we did against
Weldog.
Smokey.
5-round contest, 2 minutes per round. Here we go.
Weldog polymorphing McGregor, dealing plenty of damage. Weldog still keeping distance, dealing massive damage to McGregor, not taking a dent in his health. And Touch of Karma is popped as Weldog makes some distance. Weldog taking the massive damage, dropping to halfway and using Ice Block. Retreating back to deal more damage if a follow. Seems difficult for McGregor to keep up as Weldog continuously blinks. Both are halfway. McGregor healing back up to almost full, along with Weldog.
Yeah, monks are able to stay up on top of mages a little bit better.
But even then, the blinks are sometimes too much. Weldog healing back up to almost full. McGregor dropping below 50%, almost into the red zone. Weldog dropping just as far as McGregor. Touch of Coma thrown on Weldog as McGregor heals back up to full. Weldog low, trying to stay away. Polymorphing McGregor. Weldog dropping low.
Too low. He needs to get out of there.
And he does. Polymorphing McGregor. Weldog being wise and making as much distance as possible. Weldog seems to have plenty of survivability here, not taking much damage, and making plenty of distance. McGregor taking some damage in turn, dropping just as low as Weldog. McGregor dropping very low, right into the red zone.
This is a close one.
Go neck and
Holy
neck.
crap.
And Weldog takes the
Wow.
first round.
Good duel, brother.
That was a close one. That could have gone either way. The key part in that fight was Weldog being able to make that distance when he really needed it. McGregor had him, but Weldog just made that distance, and hey, it paid off for him.
So Weldog leading 1-0. Looking to win his second title here in Dalaran in his SNF debut. We've had a handful of fighters who have won the title in their debut. Weldog looking to join them. To do so, he will have to first take down the Notorious One and then take down the Brahma Bull. Fantastic performance there in round number 1. We saw McGregor give Weldog a fantastic showing there. A great run for his money, more than Smokey was able to provide. We'll see if McGregor's able to answer back here and tie it up 1-1 in round number 2. Acrebus and Enderstone, take it away.
Ender, what do you think McGregor needs to do different this time to pull it off?
Hard to say. He seems to be keeping the distance as close as he can, dealing as much damage as he can. But I think the main thing he has to do is interrupt the arcane blasts in. Just do whatever he can to avoid the damage. As Weldog deals plenty of damage.
Yep. It seems to me that he's doing just about everything he can do last fight. So I think, maybe a lucky turn here or there could change the fight.
We'll
see what he does.
invisible. McGregor polymorphed and go on the chase to get Weldog. McGregor taking some damage. Plenty of it. Chopping to halfway. Trying to close the distance between him and Weldog. Touch of Karma thrown. It's now Weldog's turn to take some damage. Weldog uses Ice Block.
That's smart. Smart right there.
McGregor polymorphed. constant crowd control from Weldog. McGregor having none of it, going for the damage. Dropping Weldog around halfway. Still trying to make the distance. McGregor polymorphed once more. Still running from each other. That shield on Weldog is stopping any damage from going through, but it has been broken and he has taken some damage. McGregor also taken plenty of damage, dropping into the red zone, almost done. McGregor placing that touch of karma on Weldog.
Watching an arcane mage come in here and fight is pretty entertaining.
It is. The damage
see
from
that
them is
too often.
amazing.
And to have one of the best ones come in here and do it's pretty nice.
Agreed. McGregor dropping low. They're going back and forth. McGregor attempting to heal up. And it seems Weldog has healed up as well, almost to 75%. He blasts plenty of damage at McGregor. Weldog dropping very low as well. McGregor very low, and Weldog
Oh,
takes the
man.
second round.
Those arcane missiles are just fucking fun to watch.
They deal amazing damage as well.
Yeah.
Now, kids, don't try this at home. Remember, Weldog is an experienced arcane mage. He has years of experience. Don't get any ideas thinking you can come in here as arcane and do what Weldog's doing. So don't just parental advisory.
I think I'm gonna try it
Weldog.
next week.
Hey, I'll put you up against McGregor. It'll be a whole different story. But
Hey, chill.
fantastic performance here from Weldog, who's now up 2-0. I'd like to remind everybody the very important memo here in public service announcement. Make sure that you get out and vote in 2020 for Finley Weldog. Cast your ballots. Every vote counts. So Weldog will initiate round number 3. He's up 2-0. McGregor needing to pull off the comeback. Will he be able to do it? It's a question that only McGregor can answer. And the winner of this fight, Weldog, 1 victory away from ensuring that it's him, will face Bigstew for the title. So Weldog initiating the duel, and here we go.
Weldog instantly going invisible once again. Seems Weldog has faked out McGregor, leading him behind the building.
Maybe McGregor's just trying to take it to the rolls.
Seems like that's the only thing he can do at this point. Seems I was right.
That's dangerous.
McGregor
Get
taking
yourself
massive
exposed
damage.
like that. Yeah, that's dangerous.
I personally have no idea what arcane mages do, but he's doing it right. Touch of Comatone on Weldog. Completely ignoring it. McGregor still having a difficult time trying to reach Weldog. McGregor at halfway, still trying to deal some damage. Weldog placing Ice Block. McGregor is dangerously low, just around halfway.
Yeah, he's been able to heal up a little bit, but for a minute there, he was low. Weldog's just kind of bouncing around, you know, slinging shots.
Seems like he's toying with him almost. McGregor also very low. Weldog still having no damage done to him. And that changes as he is dropped to around 60%. McGregor very low though. Touch of Comatone on them. McGregor at full and Weldog still trying to rush away. McGregor dropping very low. Weldog still having that shield protect him. McGregor healing up slightly.
And it will come to the rolls.
Seems like every one of these rounds has a constant back and forth doing damage. McGregor dealing tons, and then Weldog taking an opportunity to deal much more.
So Weldog will roll first, looking to advance. And let me invite you to the group here first, Weldog. If he gets the higher roll here, he will fight for his second title. 52 from Weldog. And a 42 from McGregor. So for the first time since 2015, Weldog will be fighting for the World Championship. McGregor, nothing but respect there. Usually I smack talk my opponents, but nothing but respect for Weldog, the best arcane mage in the history of Vashj, the best mage, period, in my opinion. Don't tell me anything different. And Weldog is back, and he is in the championship finale, ladies and gentlemen, undefeated in his debut here tonight. So Weldog awaits the victor of our next fight here. Or excuse me, Bigstew already defeating Enderstone earlier in the evening. And so Weldog will face Bigstew for the championship. So here we go. Brahma Bull and TBI Guildmaster. This is what it's all about here. Restoration Shaman, Arcane Mage. The spotlight's on and the title's on the line. Who will succeed Enderstone as champion? We're about to find out as Bigstew initiates the first of 7 rounds, 2 minutes per round. Remember, championship finales and championship fights are 7-round contests. We'll see how Bigstew fares. McGregor and Smokey the Bear just trounced earlier. And most recently, McGregor falling to Weldog 3-0, following the same fate as Smokey the Bear. So now Bigstew, the veteran, tries his hand. So there's the Hex, and Bigstew doesn't have to worry about staying on top of Weldog. He just has to worry about healing through that damage. Healing Wave going to get Bigstew back up to 100%. We have never had a two-time Mage champion. Weldog is only the second Mage champion in SNF history, the other being Was Angry. And Weldog has Bigstew on spaghetti legs, and down goes the Brahma pool. What a flurry. What fireworks. And what a finish to round number 1. Weldog just building up, and then the grand finale at the end there against the Brahma Bull. Weldog leads 1-0. You know, we talked about it all week since Tuesday. We announced that Weldog would be here in action tonight, his SNF debut, and all week, you know, we wondered how Weldog would do against Smokey the Bear, coming off that big War Games victory against Snapewarts and Envy. And tonight he has just been on fire, not a single loss so far. And he'll look to enter next week as the champion. As he looks to initiate round number 2 here when his cooldowns are ready. Some of the greatest players in the history of Vashj have held the title, from Sharp Swords, Weldog, Urim, you name it, they have won it. And then, of course, the legends of WOAR, Warsong Offensive Alliance Revolution. And Weldog, of course, ranking amongst the top title holders in the world titles history. He will look to add his name to the records yet again against Bigstew. The Brahma Bull going to look to answer in this series and deny him that opportunity. Bigstew down to 75%. Weldog dancing around here, doing the old Texas two-step, back and forth around the circle of wills. And the punishment on Bigstew is starting to mount here again. Bigstew has to be careful. He's moving around a little bit too much. He's trying to get out of the line of sight of Weldog, but he really has to worry about standing his ground here as Weldog continues to hammer away. If he can land those Hex totems, he should be fine. And then, of course, the totem that won him the title against McGregor, I believe it was the grounding totem. That's another key here that he has to use. Totems are down. Bigstew's trying to keep his health up. Arcane Blast. Healing Waves being casted. Back and forth they go, and Bigstew has found his rhythm, it seems, against Weldog's onslaught. We are past the first minute, and Bigstew is still at 100%. Weldog down to 75. Bigstew can't. If I was Bigstew, I wouldn't be worried about damage at all. You got to worry about Weldog and that lethal damage that can just come out of nowhere in the blink of an eye. 30 seconds remaining in round number 2. Weldog now down to 75%. Bigstew able to keep himself up and do some damage to Weldog. I got to say, I'm pretty impressed. Weldog blinking away, that mobility, that excellent mobility, the timing. I mean, every time McGregor would go for a kick there to get the stun, a leg sweep, Weldog was blinking away every single time. The timing was perfection. And here we go, 2 seconds, and that will do it. Round number 2, Bigstew survives and brings it to the rolls. Now he has to roll the dice and hope for the best. Weldog unable to get the knockout. What a turnaround, Ender, from round 1 to 2. What do you think Bigstew did that was so successful there?
I don't really know. I just know that he managed to keep his health up, so I'm assuming it was the heals.
And Bigstew is going to roll first here. Amelia will verify the roll.
96.
A 96 from Bigstew. Weldog rolling next year. I got to invite him to the group. And Weldog, since Bigstew's on Horde, you don't have to worry about leaving group anymore. So here we go. That'll just save it for the rolls. I 100 rolled from Weldog, 1 to 100, and Weldog rolls a perfect 100. Unbelievable. Weldog cannot be stopped via the knockout or the rolls, and Weldog leads 2-0. Unbelievable. Unstoppable is Weldog here in the circle of wills. And Weldog will initiate the next round. 2 wins away from claiming his second title and making history. Ender, your thoughts on Weldog's performance so far here against Bigstew? What does Bigstew have to do to get the win against Weldog here? You know, the rolls are only so dependable. What would be your answer for Weldog as a conservative, defensive-oriented fighter?
Really, I don't see either of them taking each other down anytime soon. The first round was most likely just some flaws done by Bigstew, but I think the best answer is this, just to wait it out until it rolls and see what happens. But the performance by Weldog overall has just been amazing.
I remember it like it was yesterday, standing right here and commentating the last time we were here back in 2012. It was Sharp Swords against Macbeth. Tonight, it is Weldog against Bigstew. A new champion to be crowned. It will either be TBI or Warsong Offensive. Bigstew, the last Horde representative, Weldog, the last Alliance representative, the last 2 fighters, the last 2 veterans standing. Now duking it out for a third round, with Weldog leading 2-0. Weldog going to use that invisibility. He's going to disappear and pop back out here to unleash that damage. There's the polymorph on Bigstew. We haven't seen it much so far. We see it there in this series. Hex and polymorph going to be exchanged back and forth throughout this round, I have no doubt. There's the interrupt there on Bigstew. Arcane blast coming in. Cannons are firing. And Bigstew is getting rocked here as he gets those healing surges off. There's the polymorph from Weldog. There is the bloodlust pop from Bigstew. Another parallel between these two. They both have lust. One of them has time warp, one of them has lust. So they're pretty evenly matched as far as CC and cooldown. And now look at the arcane missiles firing away here. Bigstew is rocked here, and he's trying to battle back. But Weldog is having none of it. He is just merciless and goes back into stealth once again. Disappears and reappears to continue pummeling away with that relentless arsenal of arcane missiles and the Mark of Aluneth. Just excellent rotation, excellent execution. Flawless delivery from Weldog. Mobility, just incredible. You can't rave enough about it. But Bigstew, to his credit, is hanging in here with the heels. Still at 100%. Weldog now into 25%. Not quite into the red zone. The Brahma Bull's looking to pull off the upset here with a knockout. But Weldog is doing a good job. Again, doing that Texas two-step right around Bigstew's line of sight. Just keeping ever so slightly out of his reach. And it will come to the rolls here in round number 3. This best-of-7 contest. Weldog and Bigstew bringing it to the expiration of time. Weldog fire on all cylinders like a man of war here. And we'll see if he can fire on all cylinders with the rolls rolling first. And looking to take a 3-0 lead in the series. $64 from Weldog.
70 from Bigstew.
Bigstew not out of it yet. Now only trailing by 1. And the Brahma Bull will initiate the next round. Ender, you gotta feel it in the air, brother. This is what you came to see. Weldog and Bigstew. In the blink of an eye, Bigstew could go down, and Weldog has to be careful on his end with the damage from Bigstew. But man, oh man, has this lived up to the hype, huh?
Yep. Both of them are putting on an amazing show.
Weldog throughout the night has just had spectacular performance after spectacular performance, and Bigstew as well. And here comes, as I said, this like a man of war here, just firing on all cannons and just hammering away at that stone wall that we were talking about. The Bigstew represents, and Bigstew was rocked there, but he manages to fight back. He was teetering on the edge. And Weldog now just mercilessly hammering away, looking to make Bigstew pay for that last win with the rolls. Weldog's first loss of the evening coming via Bigstew with a roll of the dice. Not over yet for the Brahma Bull. All he's got to do is hold on here. Yeah, it's not guaranteed you're going to win with the rolls, especially trailing by 1, but in a best of 7, you know, in this situation, that's his best bet. He's not going to score a knockout on Weldog. And Weldog here, the reason I would say that he had that low health in that last round was just because Weldog was just throwing everything at Bigstew and not worrying about his own well-being. Weldog throwing everything he has into these strikes against Bigstew. Everything on the line. As I said to Ender, you could feel it in the air. The anticipation, the build-up for this debut of Weldog paying off here tonight. And Bigstew, a worthy opponent here in the championship finale. What an effort from the Brahma Bull. Oh my goodness, look at those shots from the arcane missiles. Bigstew is in the red zone here, and somehow the Brahma Bull, shades of the guardian of Scenarios' big dad, again battles from the brink. And now it is Weldog who's feeling the punishment. There's the hex from Bigstew. And it just goes to show you how much effort and how much attention to detail this late into the tournament these two have to dedicate. One mistake from Bigstew, and it will be good night, Irene. And one mistake from Weldog, and that window for a knockout closes. The pressure is on. The title is up for grabs. As we have just 40 seconds remaining here in this round. Weldog down to 25%. And look at the damage from Bigstew, Enderstone. You got to be impressed with that. The hex, as the hex lands there on Weldog. The damage, along with the heals from Bigstew. Pretty impressive here. Here comes the arcane missiles from Weldog. Bigstew interrupted there. Both fighters neck and neck with 10 seconds remaining. Bigstew goes down into the red zone and powers through. And now it is Weldog who's rock low, 5%. Weldog will bring it to the time limit. Wow. Weldog putting it all on the line there and almost paid for it. But it will come to the rolls in the end. What a round. And we'll see if Bigstew can tie it up 2-2 or if Weldog will take or can extend his lead here in the championship finale. Ender, are you surprised or impressed by Bigstew's damage here in conjunction with his heals?
Overall, I'm very impressed with the heels. Weldog, looking back at the fight against McGregor, the damage was phenomenal. McGregor was brought down to around like 30% within seconds, and with Bigstew being the healer, the rest of Shaman, he manages to heal through that very quickly. It's amazing.
And Bigstew will roll first.
43.
A 43 from Bigstew. And a 62 from Weldog, who now leads 3-1, needing one more win to make history. Weldog, with a championship victory here tonight, would set the record for mages. He is one of 2 mage champions in SNF history, and tonight he could set the record as the mage with the most title victories at 2. So Weldog will initiate the next round. Could potentially be the final round of the night, and what a night it has been. Will it all end here for Bigstew, or will the Brahma Bull survive another round? Polymorph to start from Weldog. Here comes the pain on Bigstew, and the Brahma Bull for the moment weathers the storm. Bigstew back up to 100% here. Yes, I can't. How could I forget Sprite? So we have had 3 mage champions. Thank you, Alan. Yes, we have had 3 mage champions. Sprite was angry and Weldog. And Weldog will look to set the record here tonight. Thank you. I totally forgot about Sprite. No slight intended there. Weldog down to 75%. Bigstew down to 50%. As they trade heals for blows. Arcane Blasts for healing surges. Weldog down to 60%. And it was Sprite who was the last mage champion against Chong. He won the title, and Chong was the one that beat Bigstew for the Warsong title, and Bigstew is rocked there into the red zone. Interesting statistics there. And of course, that was in 2016. We had our last mage champion. So even with Sprite now factored into the mix, history-wise, it's still been quite a while since we've had a mage champion. Weldog down to 50%. Bigstew doing a great job keeping himself up to 75%. Weldog hammering away here against the healing surges. Stuns, hexes, polymorphs, you name it, and they are whipping it at each other. They are throwing bombs here against each other. As Weldog still at right around 50%. Bigstew back up to 100%. And it will come to the rolls. The championship, the pride, the glory, everything on the line here. The finale of week 12. The next rolls will determine potentially our new champion. And Weldog will roll first. A 23 from Weldog. Championship on the line.
46.
And Bigstew stays alive. 3-2 is your score here in this best of 7. And we're not done yet. If you're Weldog, you're looking for another knockout. You're looking to close this one out. You're looking to walk away crowned, coronated here in Dalaran as a 2-time champion and the king of the mages. If you're Bigstew, you're looking to survive, and then you're looking to pray to Fortuna to stay in this series. So Bigstew will initiate the next round. The Brahma Bull not out of it yet, and of course his big dad. We've seen some of the most incredible comebacks in SNF history. Could we be witnessing another one here tonight? Bigstew wins this next round, and it will be sudden death, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and enjoy the spectacle that is the Sunday night fights here. Weldog and Bigstew putting it all on the line and their best foot forward to try and walk away with their place cemented in history. Healing Wave being casted there by Bigstew. Arcane Blast coming in from Weldog. Weldog taking some damage here. I mean, you can't overstate that enough. The damage from Bigstew has just been amazing here as a Restoration Shaman. As he heals himself, he's able to wear down Weldog. Amazing that he's able to do both and handle that pressure that we have seen just tear right through Smokey the Bear and McGregor, two of the greatest melee leather wearers to ever do it. Bigstew at 100%. Weldog now falling to 50. If Bigstew can get the knockout here, then he ties it up automatically. Can he do it, though? That's the question. And can he do it while counter-striking against Weldog's onslaught? Bigstew is a counter-striker. He is a conservative player. He is a defensive-minded healer. One of the best to ever do it. A pure healer, as I said on Big Dad, in every aspect of the word. He'll stand his ground and heal himself, and he'll also do a little bit of damage in there as well. But first and foremost, he is a straight-up healer, and that is what he is trying to do here. There's the interrupt on that healing surge. Less than 10 seconds remaining here. Weldog and Bigstew neck and neck. Bigstew's battling back yet again all the way to 100%, and it will come to the rolls yet again. Amazing effort from Bigstew here to hang on against the icon that is Weldog. We've seen Weldog tear through everybody, as I mentioned, except Bigstew. That could change here if Weldog gets the higher roll. And Bigstew will roll first. He will roll to tie up the series.
$68 from Bigstew.
A 68 from Bigstew and a 67 from Weldog. Bigstew ties it up by 1. You can't write this any better, ladies and gentlemen. We are tied up 3-3. Bigstew winning by 1. We saw Weldog win with a perfect 100 roll earlier in this series. And Bigstew will initiate the final round of the night. Winner takes all here. Best of 7 about to conclude with the title on the line in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's all come to this. Weldog's return, the whispers about it, the murmurs, and then the reality. And now here is Weldog in the center of the circle of wheels against Bigstew. The comeback that was once a dream, a reality here tonight. Now the question is, can Weldog claim a second title and make history? Or will Bigstew win his second title in what would be an unforgettable legacy cementing moment for him? Look at this. Back and forth they go, standing their ground, slinging heels and arcane blasts against each other. Sparks are flying. Fireworks are firing off on all cylinders. This is your main event and your championship finale. Arcane missiles coming in from Weldog. There's the healing surge from Bigstew. It was interrupted, and somehow Bigstew heals all the way back up yet again to 100%. Weldog down to 25. Healing Surge being casted there. And again, look at the resilience of Bigstew. He is looking to pull off the upset of the year. And Weldog just unable to break through that final 15% where Bigstew gets those massive heals off to finish him off. Less than 60 seconds remaining here. Time is of the essence for Weldog, who is giving Bigstew his best, and somehow Bigstew is standing in the face of all that damage and just shrugging it off. Incredible sustaining power from Bigstew. One of the best performances of his career. The perfect answer to Weldog has been found here tonight in the form of Bigstew. You know, we said there just wasn't an answer earlier from McGregor and Smokey, and then here comes Big, and through just pure healing power, he's able to shrug off the majority of that damage. 10 seconds remaining here in the final round of Week 12. Weldog at 25, Bigstew at 100, and here we go. The roll of the dice will determine your new SNF World Champion. Everything has led to this very moment, and history is about to be made, ladies and gentlemen. Let's focus in here as Bigstew rolls first.
'88.
An 88 from Bigstew.
Verified.
And a 32 from Weldog. Bigstew has done the impossible and has stopped the unstoppable here tonight in the Circle of Wills. What a victory for the Brahma Bull. What a performance for Weldog. And Weldog, thank you so much for coming out here. It was a pleasure to have you. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself as much as we enjoyed watching your fights. Always great to have a legend here in the Sunday Night Fight. So Weldog coming all the way to the top, only for the Brahma Bull to knock him back down and pull off the upset of the year. Bigstew, the Brahma Bull, charges his way to the top, defeating Enderstone, Weldog, and of course Bovine to claim his second championship. What a night it has been. Thank you all for watching Week 12 of the 2018 SNF season. We will be back next Sunday. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, we press on.